Greetings, book lovers. Welcome to Michael Romeo Talks Books. Welcome to my man cave, my place where I live with my books and my movies and my music and just hang out and just enjoying retirement. I can now pay attention to this stuff where before I had to find time for stuff. Now I have the time. And it's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Today, we're doing a tag. This is a tag called the If I Had a Bookstore tag. It was created by Robert G. Reader of Books. And it's a great little tag. I am glad I was tagged in it. I was tagged by Floss at the Grape Jelly Library. If you have never met Floss, go by and check out her channel. I'll leave a link to both these channels in the description down below. And Floss is a delight. She really is. And it's like sitting down with your best friend over a pot of tea or a cup of coffee and just talking about books. And she has some great insight into books and great opinions of them, and she loves books, which is what BookTube is all about. So be sure to check her out. And also check out Robert G. Reader of Books. He's new to me, so I'm learning about him too. And here we go with the prompts. If I had a bookstore tag. And don't think it hasn't crossed my mind. Number 1. What are your hours of operation? Well, assuming I have staff, and I'm not just running it myself, but if I have staff so I can stay open 7 days a week, I would do 9 to 9. 9 in the morning to 9 at night. And see where it goes from there. Number 2. Is there ambient music? What kind? Oh yes, there would be definitely music playing in my shop. Probably mostly acoustic music. Acoustic folk, acoustic pop, acoustic rock. I find acoustic music to be the most relaxing. And I would want a relaxing feel. So you would hear some Jim Croce, some Peter, Paul and Mary, some, just good acoustic music. 3. Is there a coffee bar? Do you serve alcohol? Yes, I would more than likely have a coffee bar in it, or coffee and tea and some light snacks. One of my favorite bookstores was back in Asheville, North Carolina, where I used to live, and it was a bookstore called Malaprops, and they had that counter in there with the coffee and the tea and the chai and some nice little pastries and stuff, and it was always nice to go there, get your books, and then sit down with a cup of something and flip through what you just bought. Do you serve alcohol? Probably not. Not that I'm a prude about alcohol drinking. I'm not. I'm fine with it. But the legalities surrounding serving alcohol in a public place are staggering, and having worked in a hotel that served alcohol and running its HR department and knowing what people had to be trained in, the certificates they have to get, and then the legality of if you let somebody drink too much and then they get in a wreck on the way home, the bartender or the owner is in trouble. So I would probably steer away from that just to not have the headaches that are involved with it. 4. Are patrons encouraged to linger? Are there comfortable chairs? What kind of lighting? Are there tables? And are there areas for group gatherings? Yes, people would definitely be encouraged to linger. There are comfortable chairs, and there are tables and little areas for book clubs to meet and discuss what they're reading. Most definitely. What kind of lighting? I would definitely have indirect lighting, because I like that kind of atmosphere that indirect lighting creates. To go along with the relaxing music, I would like that relaxing lighting. Of course, it would have to be bright enough that you can see what you're looking at and getting ready to buy, but still it would be indirect rather than bars of fluorescence and, yeah, indirect lighting. And number 5, is there live entertainment, poetry readings, author readings from the current works, lectures, and literature? Yeah, I would have that kind of stuff. I would have authors in to do readings and book signings. Poetry readings, I think, are a wonderful thing, and would do that. What do they call it? Poetry slam. I would have poetry slams going on, and lectures in literature. I'm not sure I would go that far. Lectures can be kind of dry. It would depend on who was talking and what they were going to talk about. That's a maybe. Number 6. Where is your bookstore located? In the busy heart of a large city? In the neighborhood of a large city? In a suburban strip mall? In a small town? In a rural area? It's a business, so I want traffic in and out of the store, so I would definitely be in a downtown area. Whether it's a big city or a small city, it would still be in the downtown area. And I would want it to have its own parking lot, so you don't have to worry. Oops, Toby's arisen. He's woken up. Toby woke up. Yeah, you're not ready for that. You're not awake yet, huh? Okay. Yeah, because my own parking lot, then you don't have to worry about finding a parking space at a meter and having to feed the meter and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, I would like it in downtown area, but with my own parking lot. And number 7, how does your bookstore look from the outside? Sleek and modern, dark and brooding? Neither of those. It would be, I would want it to look kind of like a British pub type thing. You know, just an inviting neighborhood kind of place where people can come in and do their book browsing and have a cup of coffee. And you want to get down? Go ahead, get down. There you go. And yeah, and you know, I can almost see it with a thatched roof, even, or even a faux thatched roof. But just that kind of old village British kind of look to it. And number 8, what's your specialty? Used books, new and used, only fiction, only nonfiction, fiction, and nonfiction? Does your bookstore specialize in a particular genre? It would have a little bit of everything. I would want definitely fiction and nonfiction. Not genre specific, although genres would definitely be represented. Both new releases and classics. I mean, those of you who have followed my channel know that I'm into 20th century books. I would definitely make sure there was a presence there for 20th century books, because I still feel the 20th century was the best period for literature and popular books and nonfiction and etc. So yeah, I would have a little bit of everything. I would want it to be big enough to be able to accommodate lots of different genres and lots of different periods. But yeah, I don't think there would actually be a specialty. I think it would be an all-around inventory. Number 9, what's the name of your bookstore? And I have thought about this in the past, and if I had a bookstore, it would be called the Chapter House. Because Chapter House refers to a place of meeting, a group's meeting, and contemplation and discussion, and it just the name, and chapters, of course, books have chapters, so yeah, I think Chapter House would be what I would want to call my bookstore. And then I was supposed to tag some people, but this tag has been going around, and I checked a number of people that I would tag, and they've already done it, or they've been tagged and are getting ready to do it. And so I'm just going to say, if you're watching this and you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged, because I would love to hear your answers. And yeah, so feel free to grab it. There's no rule in BookTube that says you have to be tagged to do a tag. If you like a tag, go ahead and grab it. And same thing with this one. I look forward to hearing your comments, what you would do in a bookstore, and would you visit my bookstore, and what do you think, and all that fun stuff. So this was a fun little romp down a lane I've been down a number of times, because I have considered what it would be like to own a bookstore and what I would do with it. So this was an easy one for me. And that's about it for now. Got another video coming up on Thursday, and then I've already uploaded one that's going to drop on September 30th. So look forward to those. And as always, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend time with me, because I really do appreciate it. And I enjoy the fact that people love to listen to someone else talk about books. I do. Talk to you again later. Bye-bye.